Why being born? Like Beyoncé sucks. Being born Beyoncé means never belonging to yourself from day one. This is not a metaphor or a dramatic exaggeration. It's a literal fact. There was never a moment in her life when she could say, "This is mine. I decide." Because before she could even understand who she was already being shaped, not raised, engineered, like a mechanism, like a weapon, like a perfect product for a world that devours talent and spits out people. Her childhood was not a childhood. It was a regimen, a schedule, control, constant pressure testing. While other kids were falling, crying, experimenting, failing, and trying again, Beyoncé was learning how not to fail at all. Because failure equals weakness, and weakness is unacceptable, especially when your father doesn't just see you as his daughter, but as his life's project. Love in families like that is always conditional. You're good if you're the best. You're worthy of attention if you win. You have value if you produce results. A child absorbs this instantly. They stop asking what they want. They start guessing what is expected of them. And Beyoncé learned that far too early. Destiny's Child wasn't the beginning of a dream. It was a continuation of pressure. There was no romance there. There was competition, fear, tension, and the constant feeling that you're either number one or disposable. People were removed, replaced, erased, like expendable parts. And Beyoncé saw it every day. And she learned the rule: only perfection survives. When the group blew up, the world saw success. But behind the scenes, it was hell. Because success doesn't reduce pressure, it multiplies it. Now you're not just a talented girl, you're the face, the center, the one everyone looks at when something goes wrong, the one who will be blamed, and you know it. A solo career was supposed to mean freedom. Instead, it became the final prison. Because now everything rests on you alone. No group to hide behind, no shared responsibility, just you and millions of eyes. And every single one of them expects not a human being, but perfection. And this is where it becomes truly terrifying. Because Beyoncé's image is not just a stage persona, it's armor. It's protection. It's a survival mechanism. She stops being a living person in public. She becomes a symbol, a monument, a queen who is not allowed to stumble, not allowed to be uncertain, not allowed to be lost. You can't step out and say, "I don't know." You can't admit, "I'm scared." You can't look bad. You can't be boring. You can't be ordinary. Because ordinary for Beyoncé equals death of the brand. And the brand is everything. With every passing year, the image grows heavier. It starts crushing you from the inside, because the higher the pedestal, the less room there is for a human being. You must be strong at all times. You must be an example. You must be a symbol of female power, independence, control. Even when everything inside is breaking. Even when your personal life collapses. Jay-Z's infidelity wasn't just a scandal. It was the moment it became obvious. Even the most protected, most controlled woman on the planet cannot shield herself from pain. But the world didn't allow her to suffer in silence. The world demanded a show, statements, symbols, interpretations. And once again, Beyoncé did what she does best. She turned personal tragedy into a product, into an album, into an aesthetic, into a cultural event. It looked like strength. But in reality, it was forced adaptation. Because she had no choice. She couldn't disappear. She couldn't just divorce and go quiet. She had to be great even in betrayal. Think about how twisted that is. Your pain must be beautiful. Your trauma must be inspiring. Your tears must be conceptual. Because if you simply break, the world will be disappointed. Motherhood didn't save her. It became another role, another layer of responsibility. Now you're not just Beyoncé. You're a mother, a role model for your children, an image of the perfect woman who does everything: stage, business, family, body, career, activism. You're not allowed to be a tired mother. You must be a goddess who gives birth and instantly snaps back. You're not allowed to be confused. You must be in control at all times. And the years keep moving. The industry grows more brutal. Young artists replace each other faster than TikTok trends refresh. And you understand, to remain Beyoncé, you have to work twice as hard. Be 3 times better. Control every detail. Because the slightest weakness, and they'll start writing you off. And the most horrifying part of all of this is loneliness. Because at the top, there are no equals. There is either worship or envy, but almost never sincerity. The people around you are either working for you, afraid of you, or using your status, and you feel it. And so you close yourself off even more. You stop being human, even to yourself. And here lies the main paradox. Beyoncé has achieved everything millions of people dream of: money, influence, respect, power, cultural immortality. But the price is the loss of the simplest thing: the right to be an ordinary woman who can be weak, boring, angry, lost, and imperfect. Because Beyoncé is not allowed. Being born Beyoncé means signing a lifetime contract of perfection, with no exit clause, with no right to say enough, with no chance to live life not as a symbol, but as a human being. And that's exactly why being born like Beyoncé is miserable. Beyoncé is